Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I hope you're coming back again to watch one of my videos, or if this is the first time, welcome. We're just going to jump right in. No point in wasting time. My name is Jessica, if you don't know that already, and I hope you have a nice sturdy chair. We may be getting out of our chair. I haven't decided yet. We will decide that as we go. Sometimes I just like to feel how I'm feeling, and then we'll go from there. Normally in class, I'd be asking if anyone has anything particular they want to work on, but since it's just me, I'm going to go off what I'm feeling. So with that, I hope you have a nice sturdy chair. It's good to have a drink nearby. I don't have any music playing just for the sake of the video. So if you want to take a moment, pause, and get whatever you want for that, or just maybe be quiet and enjoy listening to the birds outside would be nice if you're, depending on what time of day it is. All right, so let's go ahead and just get started. Straighten up that spine nice and tall. You can have both feet on the floor. You could put one leg up, or you could put both, but it's that kind of Monday for me, so I'm going to do one leg, not two today. But if you need to, take a few breaths in through your nose. A couple out through your mouth like you're blowing through a straw. Maybe get settled, get in the moment, get settled. Shoulders should be rolled back and softened, not scrunched up. Hands are comfortable. You could even close those eyes if you'd like. I always like to close mine as much as possible when doing yoga. And just start taking some nice deep breaths, trying to breathe in and out through that nose. Unless that's not comfortable for you today. Just nice deep breaths. Maybe make that inhale a little deeper, all the way down to that belly. Feel it coming out as it fills up with air. Pause, exhale, that belly comes in, and then all the air out of the chest comes out. Sometimes it's good just to put that hand on the belly, hand on the chest, just to really I think it kind of helps me get in sync of my breath, of getting a little deeper with it versus just breathing in my chest, because we all have a tendency to want to just breathe up here in our chest. We all just kind of, especially think about people who have anxiety attacks, it's just less and less, and that's why they'll say try to count deep breaths, or if you're angry, count to 10, because as we get panicky, anxiety, anger, we get less and less breaths, which is not the way our bodies are meant to function. So I always periodically do this. Actually, very often I do this, just especially if I'm feeling a little frazzled. I'm filling that belly up with air so that bottom hand comes out, and then I'm filling up my chest so the top hand comes out, and then as you start to come back in, the top hand's coming in, and then the bottom hand's coming in. So if you deal with anxiety or anything like that, or maybe just real stressful job or situations, just try taking a moment to breathe and slow down and be still for a little bit. Take a couple more breaths here. I really want you to get settled. Take one more breath. On the exhale, we're going to drop that head to one side. You can always have those eyes closed. Up to you. Keep that spine really nice and tall though. And with every breath, that head should be getting a little heavier. That ear's coming down a little closer to that shoulder. Just slowly feeling the stretch down this other side. You could even kind of be feeling that onto your back a little bit. You could even maybe be feeling it a little towards the front, depending on how you hold, how tight you are, how you hold your stress. Everybody's a little different. You can always adjust those hands to whatever's comfortable. You're going to take 2 more breaths here. One more breath. Exhale, we're going to rotate down to that elbow. So head is as tilted over as it'll go, and then we're just rotating down to look at that elbow. Nice and easy. You've been here for a couple breaths, so if you want to go a little deeper and look a little beyond the elbow, getting a little twist, you can. Or you could just keep the gaze right here and be focusing on that forehead, trying to sink down a little lower so that chin is getting a little bit closer to that collarbone. Nice deep breaths. One more breath. Exhale, we're going to rotate up slow, 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 especially if you're in that twist. Keep that ear down as low as it'll go, and it's a slight twist up, not a huge movement. Tickle in my throat. We'll only take 2 more breaths here, but don't hold it up as long. One more. On your exhale, might not be exactly timed with mine, so when you're ready, exhale, we're going to roll that chin forward. Nice and easy. Tuck that chin as close to the chest as you can. Let that forehead drip down. As always, take that nice deep inhale and just imagine those ribs are opening up. Exhale, come back in. Just really think about spreading, stretching those ribs. I think this is good for anybody, but I can also say for having on a bra, sports bra all the time, we're constantly constricted. So just being able to really stretch that out, for me personally, feels so good. So I would imagine it would for you too. Take 2 more here. One more on your exhale. We're lifting that chin for the ceiling. Let that head fall back the best that it can. I'll just say take nice deep breaths. I'm not going to say I'm going to let my head fall back. Only one more breath. Exhale, look through the center and switch legs. Bless you. Switch legs. That was for whoever sneezed out there. There's probably more than one. All right, go ahead and drop that head over to the other side. Hands, just if you need to adjust and change where your hand position is, don't feel like you need to stay right where you are. I think I've changed mine about 5 times already. I'm apparently a little fidgety this morning, which is okay. Just feel as if that head's melting down. It's getting closer and closer to that shoulder. We're just being very intentional about trying to get it down a little lower. Take 2 more breaths. One more when you're ready. Exhale, we're going to rotate down to look at that elbow. Remember, you could always add that twist if you'd like. Take 1 more breath. Exhale. That ear's as close to that shoulder as it can be, so maybe pause, slight twist up. Nice deep breaths. Straighten up that spine. I could tell I was leaning out. Straighten up that spine. When we gaze down at that elbow, I don't know what it is about it, but it just slowly, we start tilting over. Only one more breath. Exhale, roll that chin around to the chest and look up through the center. We're going to work on our balance today. That's what we're going to do. Shrug those shoulders. All right, we're going to take a nice deep inhale. Stretch way up, just let that go. Exhale. Feel like someone is pulling you in opposite directions. You can always alternate the direction of those palms. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you can. It does slightly change the stretch. Nice. All right, walk those feet out to the edge. Might as well wiggle those ankles out a little bit. Out wider than your hips and shoulders, come out to the edge of that seat. We are gonna draw that circle with our fingertips just to get everything good. This one hits so many different spots. Stretch way up. Now just first time around, we're just starting moving, so maybe think about bringing that circle in compared to what you normally do. So whatever that circle is, but every time around, always pause, stretch up, try to get those fingertips out just a little bit farther. Little by little, going a little deeper, which means you might also be trying to get the head down just a little bit farther. And go so slow. If you're using that momentum, you're not really getting that stretch out of it, so you need to go so slow. One more. Slow. Stretch way up every time. We're going to change direction. Stretch way up. You should feel that extra stretch in your belly, your rib cage, through your spine. Stretch way up. My chair slowly sliding back on this floor. I'm going to be back to the wall before the class is done. One more. Stretch way up. Arms are coming down in opposite directions. Nice. Walk those feet together. Not all the way together. We're just going to go right to those legs are shooting straight off those hips. We're going to do some cat-cows. We normally just do these at the end. Excuse me. But we're going to do them right now too, and at the end. Hands on those knees. We're going to scoop up on the inhale. Let that head fall back the best that you can. Pause. Exhale, roll on through. Tuck the chin, curve the spine, stretch through those arms. Pause. Just going back and forth, nice and easy. Little by little, try to get that head back a little bit farther. On the back end, you're trying to get a little more scrunched down, curving that spine. Just matching with your breath. You do not have to be timed with me. All right, one more all the way through, and then we'll meet in the middle. Slow and controlled. Come on up, nice and easy. Maybe shrug those shoulders a little if you need to. All right, let's just take 3 nice deep breaths. We're going to take those nice deep inhales. Palms are going to face each other. Stretch way up, and then exhale. Arms are coming back. 2 more. One more. Way up. Exhale. Nice. Shrug those shoulders if you need to. Just stretching that out a little bit, loosening up on the tops of those shoulders a little more. All right. Grab that leg. I want everyone to just hold it up right here. I want to loosen that hip up a little bit more because we're going to be working on our balance and using those hips a little. So everyone should have flexed foot. Your toes are trying to spread out and come back. So maybe even for you, you're just right here, or little by little trying to get it up. If you're able to touch the chest, you could start trying to bring it out to the side. But breathe right here. Only do one more breath. I did a lot of talking while we were here, so. Exhale. You're still flexing that foot. My toes are still spread out. I'm leaving that leg where it is, but now I'm rolling those shoulders forward, tucking the chin, curving that spine, and really trying to scrunch down. Nice deep breaths. Two more breaths. One more when you're ready. Exhale, you're going to come on up. Sorry, Brian, but the microphone was in one of my chins, so it might be muffled. Sorry about that. Really get that hip going. We're going to be using that hip, and you're going to feel some, I would say, uncomfortableness. So really work that hip right now. That foot is still flexed. Let's go the other way. Just loosening it up, getting it warm. So we'll be able to move it good. You should have a nice tall spine. I can feel myself a little scrunched down. All right, hold it there. Roll that foot around, point and flex. Move it every which direction. All right, other leg. Hold it up real nice. So one leg may be totally different because you may have hip issues. So if one, don't think they have to be the same at all. Just do which, for it, each side what feels right. But everybody's gonna have the foot flexed. Everybody's spreading those toes out, trying to pull them back. Get that leg where you can, and you should have a really nice tall spine, shoulders are softened. And breathe. I even hold my breath sometimes on this, and then I'm thinking, I catch myself and think, what am I doing? I don't know why. It just happens. Breathe. Two more. One more. Exhale, roll around that leg the best that you can. Grab that sucker however you need to get it as far back as you can. Two more breaths. One more. Exhale, slowly come on up. Straighten up the spine, don't stay in that slouchy position. We were just stretching out that back. So nice and tall, flex that feet, those feet. Foot, it's one foot. You're not doing both. One. One more. Make it as big as you can. We're trying to really warm that hip up. One more for good measure. This is my clickety-clacky one. So always taking notice of how you're feeling, what your body's, listen to it, don't ignore it. All right, put that leg down. All right, I'd like to do a spinal twist on, and then folding forward over each leg, and then we're gonna get up out of our seats. Nice deep exhale, or long exhale, I should say. So don't let that chin drop down. Keep that gaze parallel with the floor and back as far as you can. We're only gonna do this once, so if you want to, while you're here, after a couple breaths and go a little deeper, think about wringing out that wet rag and try to get a little more twist, get the gaze back a little farther. You can definitely use that leg and chair for leverage to help you get deeper. Two more breaths. One more breath. Exhale, slowly come forward. Woo, right to the other side. Nice deep inhale. Stretch way up, exhale. Nice and easy. So if you are gonna go deeper, just at least land right here, get settled for a moment, breathing in one spot first. And then if you wanna go deeper, you can. One more breath. Exhale, come forward, just nice and easy, shrug those shoulders. All right, we're jumping right into our forward fold. Then we'll take a couple breaths, then we'll get up out of our seats. So come out to the edge of that seat. You need to be way out. If you're back too far, you're not going to be able to get into that good. So come out to the edge. We're going to really flex that foot. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, hinging from those hips, flat back as long as you can, and then you can curve. Same with this one. We are not going to do it twice today. We're only going to do it once. So after a couple breaths, if you want to go deeper, on the exhale, you could be pushing towards that thigh a little bit. You could flex that foot a little bit more to get a little deeper stretch. You could be reaching for your foot, your leg. I'm going to hold on to the chair because I can feel it sliding out from underneath me. But I'm going to use that to pull me a little deeper, actually. Two more breaths. One more breath. Exhale. Try to just stack the vertebrae, arms and head are hanging, nice and easy. Slow, slow, slow. Shrug those shoulders if you need to. All right, other side. Same thing, nice tall spine. Starting off, shoulders are softened. Here we go, nice deep inhale. Exhale, stretch out those fingertips as far as you can. Palms are facing each other. When you get to your point, then you can curve to fold over. Yeah, this carpet is so slippery. Nobody's allowed to fall, by the way, so no falling. I've still only had one person ever fall out of their chair while doing classes. Yeah, 2 more breaths. But it was kind of funny. Well, here's, in my defense, we were in like pleather chairs and they were really rounded seats, and we were doing, I think it was the bowl one, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it was the bowl. And she just basically just slid right down onto her. I mean, no one was hurt. No one was hurt. It was fine. All right, nice deep inhale. So yeah, the seats were part of the problem. Exhale. One more. Just nice deep inhale, and then we're gonna get up out of our seats. Stretch way up. You're always pausing before you let that go because we're trying to keep that spine pulled out in that nice stretched out position. So let's get up out of our chairs and we're going to start over on one side, whichever you prefer.